worming critters, and what do they do, what do they mean, what's the effects, all that stuff. So, lately I've been taking some Combantrin at like double the dose. Shh, don't tell anybody. But, you know, I'm a high vibe homeostasis type of dude. Done lots of cleansing so I can handle this stuff. So as you can see, it's chocolate squares. It does taste quite like chocolate. It's got dancing worms on it that are really big smiley faces, which are quite funny because that's what the worms are doing in people's bodies without them really noticing it. It's quite funny. Subconscious mind control. Magic stuff when you figure this stuff out, I'll tell you. So, Combantrin for 3 different types of worms, round, thread and hookworms. So I've been taking the initial one for threadworms. Why? It's because, hey, we love our pets and our animals and we worm them for their health. Then doesn't it make sense to do it the same for ourselves? Because we're loving our pets and animals, and that's the reflection from Mother Nature, which is how the light works. So that light comes down, reflects off Mother Nature back to our perception. So by doing the same that we're loving our animals, with being in harmony with the universe would mean it would be doing it for ourselves as well. So of course, I've been taking the one for threadworm. And why? Because my coccyx, my lower spine down here has been tense for quite a long time. I'm still working with that. And it seems like it's taking a while, a number of years. So I started downloading after taking about 3 times the normal dose for 4 days straight, and noticing I didn't sleep too well. There were a couple of different effects. And I'm just, you know, doing some tasks at work, and like one point there's a part of my brain that's like, if you've made a cross section in there, it just went, oh. So my whole face cringed, and I had to, you know, steady myself. And I saw stars, and I'm wondering what the hell's going on. And of course, for the hour or two, there's been lots of gas and parasite die-off and lots of action down here. So, you know, you start to ask questions, and you're asking yourself what's going on here. Okay, you start, you know, putting the pieces of the puzzle together. So I do a bit of Google, as Google knows everything, and I find out that that part of the brain is the vagus nerve and the olfactory nerve. Where does the olfactory nerve connect to? See, in Ayurveda we know that the sense of smell is connected to the earth element, which is the base chakra, or the coccyx gland. So I do a bit of connecting up the dots, and of course it basically meant that a lot of the tension that has been there on my lower back has been released, because some of the threadworms that were there causing that tension were dying off, and that olfactory nerve started to reconnect again. After 5 years of solid detoxing work, it finally got there. So that led me to a whole bunch of other realizations, including the serpent symbolism of the Kundalini coiled serpent at the coccyx. And of course, depending on the different body types, we all store a lot of our stored diseases in this particular area. So what are we actually doing when we take the personal development and the spiritual path? We're actually getting the stored diseases, realizing the effects of the emotions and on the mental side of things, and it's just a question of whether we actually take action on that. Very few people do. A lot of people are stuck in their mind. So what did I do with that? I went and took a whole bunch more for the next 4 days, did a bunch of cleansing, and once that come out, I'm smelling, my sense of smell came back. It's magic. It's quite beautiful, you know, and it's wonderful to feel that, hang on, my body is getting better every single day. My temple is reconnecting the nervous system between me and the wider universe, so I can actually get those nervous system messages down through the legs and actually detoxify at a higher rate, at a higher vibration, a higher level of homeostasis every damn day. And I tell you, it feels wonderful. So I've been taking so I went and got some more Combantrin, one for 3 worms, because I wanted to know the effects of the other 2 types of worms on the body. So that'll be coming up. But of course, anytime we're taking any kind of, you know, Western medicine-based chemicals, and I'm not usually a huge fan of it, you know, much prefer Mother Nature to help heal ourselves with. Although these toxins, they come from Western world, you know, environment and diet and lifestyle and choices and things. So I'm cool with using a Western world solution for a Western world problem. And if it's going to get the job done and I can balance my body and I'm going to deal with that well, there's always come back to Mother Nature to nurture. after we've done, say, the yang masculine work. I find it wonderful. So, it's always a good idea to do some probiotics. I've found, in my experience, I haven't found a big difference between them. So, I've got prebiotic and probiotics there, and I'll put them in coconut water to make probiotic coconut water. And I'm also using probiotic beetroot kvass because it's wonderful. It's got all sorts of good stuff. Wonderful for cleaning the blood, and in particular, therefore good for heart, kidneys, and everything that the blood goes through. It's pretty much everything. But in particular, the urinary tract, which I'm working with right now, trying to clear that as much as possible, because that's also connected down in that particular area where the Kundalini serpent is coiled. We want to uncoil that to have a lot more freedom of expression and comfortable in the body, and of course the resulting nervous system expansion and therefore spiritual development. Cool, huh? All of a sudden, taking Combantrin here, or for worming, is a viable solution, isn't it? And there's a whole lot more parasite cleanse things that I've got in mind on a regular basis. That's a good start, I can tell you. Good for the kids as well, because it's chocolate. Tasty too. So, Kundalini serpent, all the crap in the body, what is it? Let's get it out.